I need your help. I've decided to change course while heading to the same destination that I started off for. It is interesting how distractions can knock us off course. Storms come and they have. Life happens and continues to do so. Breaks are needed and continue to be. And we find ourselves adrift. All of these circumstances occurred while trying to do my business and at the same time having to work in the secular arena. I continue to develop workshops, training, and services for churches and have been blessed to impact countless lives. After several years of attempting to reach and help people by working with churches, their leaderships, and ministers, I've decided that it is time to refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel. I have since retired from secular work and can now concentrate solely on my business, the business of helping people. The majority of my efforts will now be directed at individuals. I will still market my workshops and services to churches, but my primary focus will be helping individuals to do just what I'm doing: refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel. How about you? Do you sometimes feel that you need to refocus? Have you, like me, been distracted and thrown off course? Do you need to redirect? Could you use some help charting your new course? Perhaps you're finding it difficult to readjust due to the waves of uncertainty and doubt. All of your past efforts moving in the wrong direction has wasted precious time and fuel. It is now necessary to refuel. If this is your situation, or if you know someone in this predicament, let me help you. At the core of my effort will be our online courses that we offer. These are the courses that came out of our workshops. We currently offer 18 courses that fall into 6 categories: self-improvement, relationships, spiritual growth, singles, men, and family. Some of our courses fall into multiple categories. These courses will help individuals refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel. I would like to invite you to visit our course site and look around. As I mentioned earlier, I need your help. I have redone my YouTube channel to reflect the changes previously mentioned. I would like to ask that those of you who have not yet done so, please subscribe to my channel and invite your friends, family members, colleagues, co-workers, church members, and acquaintances to do the same. Additionally, I would like to pick your brain to see what other courses you need. You can reply to this email with your suggestions. I look forward to hearing from you, and I would like to thank you in advance for subscribing to my channel and encouraging others to do so. For those of you who have been with me over the years, thank you for your continued support. I hope that each of you will join me to refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel. If you've ever gone to the eye doctor's appointment, this scene is very familiar to you. It is known to us uninformed patients as the eye test. Your vision is tested to see just how close you are to the standard 20/20 vision. It determines how well our eyes can focus. Focus is defined as directing your attention, effort, or energy toward a single specific objective, according to vocabulary.com. Therapy Now SF notes the verb form or action form as concentration, to center your thoughts or efforts on a particular task while blocking out distractions. For example, I need to focus on my presentation. The noun tense of the word is defined as a thing or concept, center of attention, the main topic, primary interest, or focal point of an activity or discussion. For example, the focus of the meeting was the new budget. In your life, several things demand attention from time to time. Among them might be career, job, relationship, finances, religion, self, home, vehicle, family, children, spouse, and health, just to name a few. The obvious question is, how does one determine which one gets the focus or attention? Another term, and our focus, moving forward is the concept of refocus. According to vocabulary.com, to refocus means to shift your attention, energy, or priorities to something else. 1. Common applications include personal goals and mindset. The practice of refocusing your attention away from distractions like aimless scrolling or stress and directing it toward your most important daily task. And then 2, business strategy. When companies redirect their priorities, resources, or operations to focus on core profitable areas and drop unrelated projects. Here, once again, is a partial list of things that you might need to refocus on. As I mentioned in my intro to my new direction, I've decided to direct my attention, effort, and energy toward a single specific objective, and that is to focus on individuals rather than depending on churches to provide my audience. I am determined to concentrate, to center my thoughts or efforts on a particular task while blocking out distractions. Additionally, I've elected to shift my attention, energy, and priorities to something else. You. I have opted to refocus my attention away from distractions like aimless scrolling or stress and directing it towards my most important daily task, providing you with the resources that will be beneficial to you as you join me and refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel. So, what about you? Is it time to refocus? Perhaps you have never been focused in the first place. Life can get going, and before you know it, all you're doing is going with the flow. The problem with going with the flow is that there is a sense that you are not in control. And truth be told, you're not. That is no way to live life. You take jobs and are constantly frustrated because they never fulfill that real need. You don't see an end in sight. You can never build for the future because there is no future in just a job. Some of you took it a step further and pursued a career through higher education or trade school or military, only to find that you still feel the need to refocus. Maybe you feel limited in your earning potential or your advancement. Perhaps you've grown tired of the career due to the lack of challenge or simply lost interest. It might be that the career that you thought was so fulfilling turned out to be lackluster and boring. You know that it's time to refocus. What are you waiting for? It could be that your career is going nowhere because you are spending too much time on aimless scrolling and stress. Could it be that life has thrown so many distractions your way that you've lost focus? Is it clear that it's time to refocus? As I mentioned in my introduction, I am on the same course and moving toward the same objective, but realized that I had to change my focus. Come on board with me and let's refocus together. You may recall from our discussion on refocus that the process calls for deciding what is important to you. It entails marshaling all of your energy, effort, and resources to that thing. Next, one must decide on how to get there. This is what the process of redirecting is all about. Sometimes your focus is right, which is the case with me, but how to get there needed some attention. Thus the idea of moving in another direction. Same goal, same objective, same focus, just decided another path was necessary. As in the beginning, my goal was to help individuals with resources to enjoy the abundant life that was meant for all. My company name, Assert, Abundant Solutions, Enrichment, and Resource Training says it all. It speaks to my objective. My tagline, because life was meant to be abundant, clearly states our focus to help everyone achieve the abundant life. I was just going about it the wrong way. Perhaps wrong way is a little too strong. After all, our marketing efforts to churches has given us access to countless members who attended our workshops and training sessions and who have been blessed having attended. This is why I intend to continue that marketing approach. However, my new direction, my redirect, is toward you and other individuals who may be missing out on that abundant life that is meant for all. Consider this example that should help you to get a better grasp of what it means to redirect. Given the advent of GPS, Global Positioning System, most people will input their intended destination into their phone before heading out. What a wonderful invention, right? What did we do before this was available? I'll tell you what I did. I was in outside sales where I had to set appointments and actually visit my customers. I was a stickler for being on time, so I made it a habit to chart my course before heading out. For new customers, I would use a map, either the old printed maps, or I would go online and then print out directions. For my regular customers, I would tune in to a local radio station which gave traffic reports on the 8s during the day. While moving to my destination, if there was a traffic tie-up, I would change course before getting to the accident. That is the essence of the redirect. Today, with GPS, I head out following the prompts. There are times when I miss a turn or decide I need to make a quick stop, and the GPS would do two things: instruct me to proceed to the route, or would show on the screen rerouting. That is a redirect. Understand, I'm still intent on going to the original destination, but now taking a different route. This same tactic may be necessary in your approach to life. We just completed our treatment of what it means to redirect, which brings us to readjust. You no doubt heard the old saying, the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. This is a popular idiom, meaning that no matter how carefully a project or goal is prepared, events may still happen to disrupt it or ruin it. This according to dictionary.com. There is no greater truth than this. As mentioned, life happens and can disrupt even the best, most thought out plan. Another thought, sometimes what we refer to as life may be God trying to get us to understand that we are not in control. Just a thought. Either way, life happens. Not to worry. All that one needs to do is readjust. Vocabulary.com notes that to readjust means to alter, adapt, or rearrange something again in order to fit new conditions, achieve accuracy, or correct an initial failure. Pay close attention to the term alter. This does not mean that you need to scrap your old plans necessarily. Just a quick adjustment might be all that is needed. Also noteworthy is the phrase adapt. Adapt carries the idea of modifying or adjusting behaviors, ideas, or way of thinking to fit the circumstances presented. Rearrange is another term for adjusting. When we make plans, we have in mind a certain order for things to happen. Delays or even accomplishments that take place ahead of schedule may simply call for an adjustment. Each of these are explained in the Key Definitions and Usage section. Key Definitions and Usage: physical adjustment. To slightly move or alter the position of an object to make it work better or align correctly. For example, to readjust a side view mirror. Personal adaptation. To mentally or behaviorally adapt to a new or changed situation. The example here is finding it difficult to readjust to civilian life. System or financial changes. To voluntarily reorganize or correct the system, for instance, to readjust income taxes. Each of these may be necessary as you move forward toward your destination. It is important to note here that too much time cogitating over the necessary adjustment or readjustment could be detrimental to your desired outcome altogether. Take your time and think it through, but don't overthink it. We're almost done. Next, let's turn our attention to the final step in the process: refuel. After our plans have been developed and we focus on getting started, the initial sense of accomplishment sets in. Movement brings a feeling of pride that we are headed to our destination. But then, as mentioned, life happens and we find it necessary to refocus. Many times it becomes necessary to refocus because we have a few successes and we find ourselves relaxing and celebrating. By the way, some unwinding and rejoicing is actually recommended. Notice I said some. Those moments of recognition of your accomplishments can spur you on to the next challenge and task ahead. The relaxing or resting is essential as prior efforts can be draining. This is part of the refueling process. Additionally, there is the possibility that some of your efforts to redirect and readjust call for energy that needs to be replenished. Depending on the circumstances, it is possible that you were so off course that you had to expend a significant amount of fuel to get back on track. It is possible that too much celebrating consumed precious fuel needed to continue to move forward. If you had the misfortune of loss in your life, whether loss of a loved one, or loss of a job, or loss of capital due to poor investments, market downturns, or other political upheavals, these could bring on depression that can rob you of energy, motivation, and the will to press on. I don't know if you see it, but the truth of the matter is that the process is a cycle that you must employ in order to reach your destination. Following the refueling process, it may become necessary to refocus. That done, you may find that you must redirect and readjust again, and then refuel. If you are a believer, following your accomplishments, you must be sure to acknowledge your Creator in your achievements. After all, He is the source of all of your triumphs, successes, and attainments. On the other hand, since you are a believer, just know that the tempter is ever present, attempting to thwart all of your efforts to get you off the main course, your path to God. As you engage in each of these areas, refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel, understand that your life has many facets, and each of these facets demand the same process. Among these are career, job, relationship, finances, religion, self, home, vehicle, family, children, spouse, and health, just to name a few. Don't miss this point. Neglecting either of these areas will affect all of the other areas. It may sound like a daunting task, but it is possible. Assert offers online courses and training which address many of the aforementioned facets. We offer courses in 6 areas: relationships, singles, men, self-improvement, spiritual growth, and family. Additionally, we offer pastoral counseling should you find yourself in a situation where you need some focused, one-on-one direction. I would like to invite you to visit our course site, which is shown on your screen. Our website is also shown here for your reference. My email address, should you like to discuss individual counseling as you seek direction to refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel, is shown here as well. When you enroll in our courses or seek individual counseling, you affirm for me that my refocus, redirect, readjust, and refuel are working. And so will yours. Thank you.